Are we ready?
Yep, we're ready. All right, very good. Next item is invocation. Commissioner Clark Coleman, if you could please introduce our invocator for this morning.
Uh, sure. It is a delight. It is a pleasure to introduce our invocator. He is one of my husband's, my late husband's good friends, and he is Reverend Gregory Geis. He's the senior minister at Detroit Unity Temple. Gregory Geis received a Bachelor of Arts degree in history and sociology at Kentucky State University. He then attended Marygrove College in Detroit, where his curriculum was in early childhood studies. In 1986, he received a Master's of Arts degree in clinical psychology at the Center for Human Studies in Detroit. Reverend Geis has been employed as a counselor, teacher, and social worker in the Detroit area. Feeling the call to ministry, Gregory Geis was ordained at the Unity School for Religious Studies in Lee Summit, Missouri in 2000. Since that time, he has established himself as one of Unity's outstanding spiritual teachers of Unity principles and beliefs. His goal is to prayerfully demonstrate and teach the principles of truth as taught by Jesus Christ. Before becoming the senior minister at Detroit Unity Temple, Reverend Geis served with Reverend Argentina Glasgow, who was a co-minister at that time. Reverend Geis has received many honors over the years, and he is well known in our Detroit area. So not only is he known in the religious area, he is very active in our community, and he's over in the Palmer Park area. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Reverend Gregory Geis.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First, say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, giving, of course, to these wonderful dignitaries. I'd like to give first honor to God, who's the head of my life, and to you, Commissioner Bell, and to all the other leadership on this particular body of dignitaries. I'd like to say thank you. But let us begin, because you know this is a timely moment for each of you. And to those fathers who are part of this commission, I'd like to extend an early Father's Day wish to each of you and those mothers who may have served in that role, because so often we had a number of women who took on that role of fathers stepping in for those fathers who were not there. But let us pray. God of all creation, who we know by many names, we come before you as servants of the people to honor your presence to this meeting. We acknowledge you as our creator, for there is only one power and one presence in all of our lives. And as we begin this meeting, we ask that this divine presence will be the guiding source of our thoughts and our actions, so that we may have a successful gathering today. We call upon this presence within us today to rightly lead and guide our decisions, so that we may bless our community with love, wisdom, and compassion. And in our prayers today, may we see ourselves as servant leaders who are in position to serve our county, our cities, our families, and this very place that we serve today in our community. Dear Holy Spirit, our prayers are for these servant leaders whose mission is a calling that goes beyond a political party, who serves your people. Give them the ability to work together. And may they realize the need to come together, to work together for the people they serve. May they hear your voice as they make their decisions, and may they follow your guidance. May they have a passion for people, for truth, and for righteousness. Dear wise and loving Creator, thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings that pour upon each and everyone here today. Thank you for the life itself, for the measure of health we need to fulfill our calling of service, and for friendship. Thank you for the ability to be involved in this humble work, and for the honor of bearing these responsibilities. Dear Holy Spirit, I pray for these servant leaders, for the various levels of government, in particular for this collective body. I'm asking that you would kindly grant them wisdom to govern and the ability to find harmony with one another, a sense of the welfare and true need of our people, a keen thirst for justice and righteousness, confidence in what is good and fitting, a personal peace in their lives and a joy in their tasks. I pray for the agenda set before them today. Please give an assurance what will be pleasing to you, what will benefit these Wayne County commissioners who live and work in and around our beloved state, this city, and this community. It is in your blessed name I pray this in this very moment, that you bless them for the task before them today. And for this I say thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so
Fervent
much,
prayer.
Pastor. Wonderful prayer. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
with us this morning. Stay as long as you like.
And I may step away, but I want to say thank you for allowing me to come, and thank you, each of you, for allowing me to be in this service for you.
And thank you also, Reverend Geis, for taking the time to join us today. And that was a beautiful prayer. And I do thank you.
Oh, it is my honor. Peace and love, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you again. Commissioner Clark Coleman, if you could
Yes.
hit the mute button on your phone, I think we're getting feedback from your telephone. Just hit the mute button. Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Is there a motion?
So
Move
moved.
for approval.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain?
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Report from the chair.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner Al Haydas. He has something he'd like to report to all of us. Commissioner.
Thank you, Madam the Chair, and good morning, everyone. Yesterday, it was a historical day in history of Wayne County and the state of Michigan and the nation. The Airport Board Authority voted unanimous to name the North Terminal after Warren C. Evan. Warren spent all his life dedicated to the Wayne County and the people of Wayne County. 40 years as a deputy, as a sheriff, elected sheriff, chief of police of Detroit, county CEO, took the county in very tough time where the financial situation was on the edge of the cliff. And he took it up on himself, assembled a well-diverse team, and balanced the budget, and kept most of the capital project going with his strong team all over the county. So the Wayne County Airport Authority felt strongly he deserved to be recognized in a way that fit the service he provided us for many years. For us, we see the North Terminal named after Warren Evan. It's a great thing, but to him, I hope he doesn't see his name at the airport when he passed there. He would see, instead of read his name, he see thank you from the people of Wayne County and job well done. We appreciate his leadership, and I hope the commission under Alicia Bell's leadership would provide resolution, congratulate the CEO on this honor signed by all the commissioners. And I like to make motion to that.
Support.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Commissioner. Thank you for your leadership on the Airport Authority. I think that is so well deserved. County Executive has an endless list of accomplishments in Wayne County and over 50 years of public service, and is well deserved. So thank you and the board for your leadership in putting this forward. So it's just not the North Terminal anymore. It actually has a name. So we are thankful for that. And yes, in the very near future, we will put together a congratulatory resolution for the executive on this monumentous occasion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
Here on page 2 of the agenda, unfinished business, there is none listed. We're moving to offering of all petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations. There are 4 items listed. Item number 1 is a resolution by Commissioner Kniezek and co-sponsored by Commissioners Anderson, Basham, Baydoun, Bell, Clark-Coleman, Daub, Hattis, Killeen, Kinlock, Baker McCormick, Palomera, Scott, and Varga, applauding and appreciating the contributions from the LGBTQ community and recognizing June as Pride Month in an effort to continue to grow in inclusivity.
Thank you, Commissioner Kniezek.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just 2 quick things before I share some remarks. The first is I'm having connectivity issues, so I'm going to keep my video off just so that hopefully the video or the audio keeps up. And the second, this may be an error on my part, but I've seen in the past resolutions that are offered by all the commissioners, and what I'm seeing here is that this is being offered by me and co-sponsored by the others. I don't want my colleagues to think that I'm trying to, make this a me thing with them coming along for the ride. If we can change that in some way to reflect that this is a resolution being sponsored by all of us, as opposed to one of us and co-sponsored by the rest, I think that would be in keeping with the intent and the spirit of what I had intended here. So just a quick one-off that hopefully our clerk might be able to fix. As it relates to the resolution, however, I'll start really quickly with just a smidge of history. Back in 1969, it was a Black trans woman named Marsha P. Johnson, along with many other LGBTQ individuals who risked their lives to protest the over-policing of the LGBTQ community and the injustices that they faced on a daily basis that threatened their existence. And it was on the 1-year anniversary of that protest, of that resistance, that folks came together to honor and to recognize what became known as the Stonewall Riots. And that is credited by many folks for starting the modern day LGBTQ movement. And what I don't want to do today is dwell on the past or the challenges. I want us to look to the future. I want us to acknowledge, as we know all too well, that in the cause of justice, we can look back knowing that we have made such incredible progress, while also acknowledging and accepting that there is still so much more work left to be done. We look back on the Obergefell decision in 2015, which affirmed marriage equality in this country, the decision in 2020 that upheld federal employment protections for the LGBTQ community. I think personally, and I'm so heartened to see this commission concur, that everybody in the state of Michigan benefits from the talents, the viewpoints, the cultural backgrounds of all of its residents, particularly the LGBTQ community, and that we are committed to preserving their freedom, their worth, and their dignity here in the state, and that we should remain committed to attracting and remaining talent in this state by signaling that we are welcoming to all those who wish to contribute to Wayne County and to the state of Michigan. And so I simply offer this resolution today to uplift, to understand, to appreciate, to value the cultural, the civic, and the economic contributions of the LGBTQ community here in Wayne County, and to affirm the celebration of love, the value of living authentically, and the power in accepting ourselves and who we are. And so just as others recognize June as LGBTQ Pride Month throughout the country and throughout the world. I'm putting this resolution before us here today in the hopes that we might do the same here in Wayne County. And I thank you for the opportunity to offer these remarks today, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you for those remarks, and thank you for putting this resolution forward. Is there a motion, Commissioner?
Absolutely. I would move the adoption of the resolution.
Thank you. Is there support?
Support.
Moved and supported. Discussion. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Back on and yes.
Commissioner Dahl,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Thank you, Commissioner Knizek. I vote yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizek,
Yes, of course.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem June,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. And thank you again, Commissioner, for bringing this forward. I want to do a roll call vote. We have unanimous support, and I think that speaks volumes to how we feel about this issue and the contributions of the LGBTQ community in our community. So thank you for bringing this forward. Next item, please.
Item number 2 is a resolution by all commissioners honoring Richard Kaufman for his many years of dedicated and distinguished service to the people of Wayne County.
Okay, so we have a special guest today. Many of us know Richard Kaufman from his days as a judge, and of course, for the last 6 years as our deputy county executive. He is leaving us to finally retire, I guess, maybe, but because he's been such an integral part of the county for so long, we wanted to recognize his accomplishments, thank him for his service, and congratulate him on all of his future endeavors. So this is a resolution signed by all commissioners honoring Richard Kaufman and his service to Wayne County. Mr. Kaufman is on the line with us today. Richard?
Thank you, Madam. I certainly do. In my 44 years of my professional career, I've spent 26 of them in government, 18 of them in the private sector. And I can tell you, my passion, my hate, my heart has always been in government. And I've had 7 different jobs, and this last one for over 6 years, deputy county executive, and the best. It has been a pleasure working with the commission, the different Wayne County officers, all the department employees of Wayne County, because I think together we've really clicked in the last 6 years. We've solved so many problems together. More to do, but I think a lot has been done, and that only gets done with a communal effort of smart people of goodwill working for a purpose higher than themselves. In any event, it has been an honor and a privilege to be having been allowed to serve as deputy county executive, and I thank all of you for that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, congratulations on what will be your final retirement, we guess. But, you know, it's been a pleasure working with you over these years. You know, we don't always see eye to eye, but the one thing that we have in common is for the best of Wayne County and the residents of Wayne County. So again, I just want to thank you for your service, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side as a retired person from Wayne County. So again, we will make sure that this document and this resolution gets to you so you can hang it proudly at your home, and I know that you will. So again, thank you for everything, and we look forward to seeing you out on the ski slopes or wherever our paths may cross. Are there any comments from commissioners?
I like to congratulate the judge. I always call him judge. When you're a judge, you always be judge. I enjoy working with him, and I wish him well in his retirement. And I hope he would keep in touch, not out of sight, out of mind. Congratulations, Judge. We wish you the best wishes to you and your family.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Anderson.
Yes, I'd just like to add a couple of words. I certainly appreciate Judge Kaufman's work, and I know we had talked about something recently that I guess he'll have to coach his successor on. And I just wanted to thank him for what he's done and his hard work on behalf of Wayne County, and wish him the best of luck. And I expect the background that I saw on one of the Zoom meetings that he'll be able to enjoy that in person all the time. It looked like Florida. So I just hope he does well and continues his following and interest in public service. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Varga.
Thank you, Judge. I am going to miss you. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I wish you Godspeed and all the good things in life that still holds for you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Clark Coleman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've known the judge for many, many years, and regardless of what side of an issue we were on, I was always able to discuss it and get some real good feedback from him. So I admire him. I will always consider him a friend, and I'm going to miss you.
Yes, we certainly will see Judge Kaufman around, I'm sure, still. Commissioner Palomera.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, Judge, I already texted you how I feel about your career in public service. You know, I think the world of you. I am grateful to have called you my friend and have had the good fortune of working with you and watching you help Wayne County up close. Best of luck to you. I certainly hope to see you and stay in touch with you in the years ahead. Thanks a lot for all your service, Rick.
Thank you.
All right. Well, again, thank you for your service. I felt we should do something to acknowledge that, and I'm glad that we were able to do this. And at this point, is there a motion to approve this resolution?
Move approval.
Support.
It's been moved and supported, and I think we can do a voice vote on this one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain?
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Judge, and we will certainly see you around.
Thank you all very much.
Great. Thanks for being with us today. All right, next item, please.
We are on item number 3, a presentation from the Detroit Institute of Arts.
Okay. I don't know who's going to lead this. I think I saw Mario Morrow on the line. And you may have to.
I'm here, Madam Chair. I do believe we are going to have the executive director.
Yes.
Yep.
I was muted, Madam Chair, so I'm sorry about that, but thank you for allowing the DIA to speak today to the commission, and thank you to all the commissioners who are present here today. And thank you also to Mario Morrow, who's been very helpful as we have been meeting some of the commissioners in the previous weeks. It is our intention, our goal, to meet all of you, to get to know you and have deeper relationship with this commission. We are very interested in listening to your thoughts and ideas for the DIA moving forward, so that can help us guide our work for the Wayne County residents. So thank you very much. And we met with some of you, others will be meeting soon, and I look forward to that. I also want to thank the Arts Authority in Wayne County, and Betty Misaraka and Commissioner Colleen. It's been a fantastic exercise of a collaboration with the Arts Authority. I think we're providing fantastic services for the residents of Wayne County, for our schools, for our seniors, for our community partners, even during this pandemic. We have a great presentation for you today. Our board chair, Jean Gargaro, is as well on the call. And we have 14 members who will be speaking as we go through the presentation. And I'm going to introduce the first of them, who will be giving an update on our operations. Elliot Broom, Vice President of Museum Operations. Please, Elliot.
Thank you, Salvador. Good morning to all, and thank you for allowing me the time to be here today and update you on the current operation of the museum. As you'll see listed on the slide, currently we have our admissions set at 65 visitors per half hour, and this is by way of an advanced registration. So anyone can go online to dia.org and make an advanced reservation. We continue to monitor our attendance levels, and we will increase the attendance from 65 gradually over the coming weeks and months, as long as we continue to improve as we are currently with the COVID-19 pandemic situation. Also currently, we have staff that have been redeployed to fill essential positions inside the museum. These are positions that would normally be filled by volunteers who have not currently or yet returned to the museum, but we are looking forward to the return of volunteers. And once our volunteers begin to return, these redeployed staff members will be able to return to their home departments. We also continue our visitor and staff health screening. And essentially that is, for staff, we have to register online in advance of coming to the museum, and then we go through temperature screening and answer a questionnaire when coming in. And for our visitors, it's simply a temperature screening. We continue to evaluate the direction of MIOSHA, the state of Michigan, the CDC, and the city of Detroit. And as we can remove any kind of protocol, such as the health screening, we will do so. For the time being, they are still in place, but we constantly monitor the direction coming from all of those bodies, and we will plan to lift those procedures, as I said, as soon as we can. Right now, gallery capacities and single or one-way direction has been lifted in many parts of the building. I'm very happy to report. Therefore, during the height of the pandemic, we separated the museum into zones and created one-way traffic patterns through many parts of the building. So again, because the conditions have improved significantly, we have been able to begin lifting those directions inside the museum, and we continue, or we hope to continue to lift those procedures. Finally, with the state of Michigan mask requirement expiration, it looks like it will come as soon as July 1st, if not before. We will, of course, follow suit. Currently inside the museum, we do ask that all visitors and staff continue to wear face masks. But again, we are monitoring the situation, and we will move accordingly. And at this point, we look forward to the date of July 1st, after which time visitors would not be required to wear face masks, but we will ask that if anyone is unvaccinated, that they continue to do so. And until MIOSHA changes their recommendations, we'll still require all staff to wear face masks when inside the museum. So that's just a brief update. I'm really happy to be able to say that we reopened on July 10th of 2020, and we've been able to remain open for almost a year now, operating during very unusual circumstances. Are there any questions I can answer? Hearing none, then I will introduce my colleague, Melissa Pena-Gallus, who is our Executive Director of Talent and Culture.
Thanks, Elliot. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here this morning to provide an update about our talent and culture. So for several years, the DIA has been working to advance in the areas of talent and culture, focusing on our HR operations, our team member learning and development, workplace culture, and also diversity and inclusion. Over the past year, we have continued to build the foundation of our inclusion in diversity, equity, and access, or IDEA work across the museum. In order to support this transformative work, we have created a new position to lead the implementation and management of IDEA strategies throughout the museum. And I'm very excited to announce that Carla Tinsley-Smith will be joining our team next week as our first Director of Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Access. Most recently, Carla served as Manager of Inclusion and Diversity at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, and she also serves on several regional boards and advisory councils, including the Wayne County Women's Commission, Mac Alive Community Resource Center, and the Michigan Diversity Council Advisory Board. So with the addition of this new role and the work of all of our team, we will continue to advance our IDEA and culture work throughout the museum and with our visitors and community partners as well. So thank you. And if there are any questions I can answer, I'd be happy to do so. And if not, I will turn it over to Julie McFarland, our Public Relations Officer.
Good morning. Thank you, Melissa. As many of you know, the DIA provides benefits to Wayne County residents for their millage support in 4 service areas. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of our activity in these areas in 2020 and a little bit of how the DIA continue to offer these services while maintaining compliance with the state of Michigan COVID restrictions. So the first area of the service agreement is free admission. On the slide, you'll see the number of visitors in 2020. In 2021, we have seen almost 26,000 Wayne County residents take advantage of their free admission benefit just through the end of May. So we're feeling good about where the numbers are going and looking to begin seeing the same amount of people taking advantage of their free general unlimited admission as we have in past years. Moving on to free K through 12 school field trips. The first 2.5 months of 2020 saw over 9,000 students visit the museum for a free field trip experience. Due to the pandemic, the DIA ended in-person field trips and began creating online activities and videos for students to access virtually. We also developed and piloted learning resources to help teachers engage students online and moved our teacher professional development workshops and events online as well. Most recently, the DIA has launched a virtual school field trip program. And as of yesterday, we've served more than 9,000 Wayne County students with this offering. We hope to begin welcoming school groups back to the museum in the fall. The third area of our service agreement is our senior program, Thursdays at the museum. We welcomed 26 senior group trips to the museum at the beginning of 2020, and this includes free bus transportation and different activities every Thursday of the month. The senior program also moved to a virtual format and continues to be available online at 1 p.m. every Thursday. We are currently working on creating a senior group survey to gauge their interest in returning to the museum this fall as well. And the final area of service to Wayne County residents is our community partnership programs. Community partnerships are aimed to support art-based programs in collaboration with Wayne County nonprofit organizations. Many of our programs in 2020 also moved to a virtual format, but we were very fortunate to be able to continue in person. Our popular Inside Out program, Partners in Public Art, and our A Friend exhibition. Currently, Inside Out is being installed in Wayne County communities listed at the bottom of this slide, and continue to be embraced by the community. We're excited. By the end of the month, you should see Inside Out popping up in a neighborhood near you. So I'm going to turn the rest of this presentation over to Judith Dolkart, our Deputy Director of Art, Education, and Programs.
Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to talk about programs that have been done and that you'll see in the near future at the DIA. We organized an all virtual Black History Month, the first time ever. It incorporated a number of activities, including Wine Down Wednesdays, a demonstration of Black chefs and mixologists from Detroit. We had Thursdays at the Museum, a popular senior program, which focused on African American and African art. An array of musical performers and films, short films, panel discussions, and family programs. The attendance was incredible. We had 13,000 views through our own platform, and nearly 500,000 views on various social media platforms. I want to particularly salute my colleague Sharon Harrell, who's also on this call. She really shepherded this program from beginning to end and is already working on next year's Black History Month. May I have the next slide, please? For exhibitions on view right now, you can see Robert Blackburn and Modern American Printmaking. Robert Blackburn was a Jamaican-born, Harlem-raised printmaker who helped redefine the print form through a collaborative approach. He worked with many of the greats of modern art, including Elizabeth Catlett, Robert Rauschenberg, and Charles White. It's a very beautifully installed show, and I hope you'll come to see it very soon. May I have the next slide? Also on view is Detroit style car design in the Motor City from 1950 to 2020. This show has recently been extended to January 9th, 2022, and we're thrilled that we can extend a presentation that is really a love letter to Detroit, as our colleague calls it. This really celebrates the innovation and design of Detroit and its car makers in introducing highly exciting concept cars and production models to the American public. So I hope you'll all come to see that very, very soon. Next slide. And to talk about some upcoming shows that will open this fall, we have two photography shows. The first is Black is Beautiful, the photography of Kwame Braithwaite. That opens in October and runs through January of 2022. And then New Black Vanguard, photography between art and fashion, which opens in December and runs into April of 2022. These are shows that explore works by Black photographers of two generations. First, Black is Beautiful looks at the work of Kwame Braithwaite, who advanced the Black is Beautiful movement in modeling and photography. He also was a founder of the African Jazz Art Society and Studios and Grandasa Models. So this will be a wonderful show that will incorporate photography, ephemera, clothing. It'll be a spectacular show. And then the New Black Vanguard looks at 15 emerging Black photographers from all over the world. They have incredible presence on social media. And all of them, they're not really a movement, but a group of photographers who all embrace concepts around beauty and the body. Specifically, they address the Black body and Black lives. And for the final show that I'll introduce, which will open in early 2022 in February, we will present By Her Hand, Artemisia Gentileschi and Women Artists in Italy, 1500 to 1800. This is also an exhibition that focuses on one of the DIA's most famous paintings of Judith holding the head of Holofernes, but looks at a diverse group of Italian women who carved out careers in art from 1500 to 1800, an area that was, or realm, generally occupied by men. So many of these artists are new discoveries, even to art history, and I think it'll be an illuminating show for Detroit audiences. And I will turn it now back to Julie McFarland to finish up with the final slide.
So that's our presentation today. As always, if anyone has questions or wants to reach out to a DIA staff member about something specific, there's a lot of contact information on the final slide that you, I believe, received before this meeting. So please feel free to reach out. Let us know if you have any questions. If you have a school group who wants to come, if you've got seniors you want to connect to the senior program, we are hoping to welcome a lot of these groups back to the museum beginning in the fall. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. I'd like to say final word. The DIA is very excited to see the North Terminal being named after County Executive Warren Evans. Wonderful news. We work with the Airport Authority with the Inside Out program. So this is just amazing news, and we want to congratulate the commission and the individuals who made this decision. It's just excellent. I want to thank my team. They do a terrific job. All the presentations were done very carefully, and I am very excited by the work that Melissa Pena is doing for the organization and the hiring of Carla Tinsley Smith. I understand she's no stranger for this commission. Her mom was a commissioner herself, and all of you helped raise Carla. So it's part of the commission family and is now part of the DI family. So thanks again for the opportunity to speak to the commission, and we are open now, Madam Chair, for any questions or comments that you might have.
Thank you so much, Salvador, and thank you to your entire team. With the passage of the millage, it is very important that the DIA comes to us at least once a year to talk about the operations and the programmings that they have. I will say right before the pandemic, I was in the process of having one of my senior buildings scheduled to come down. And then of course the pandemic happened. So hopefully after we're on the other side of the pandemic, we can go back to having our seniors and our senior buildings come down and enjoy the art. At this time, I'll take questions from commissioners. I see the hand of Commissioner Kinlock. Go ahead, sir. Come off of mute.
Good morning, and Chairwoman Bell. And what I wanted to say was that over the past couple of months, we have, of course, heard in the media some of the various challenges that have been taking place over at the DIA. I received a number of calls from residents regarding some of the news reports and regarding some findings that was mentioned in a report. I was very disturbed by those articles, and I reached out to the leadership at the DIA in regards to some questions that I had as far as what were they going to do in regards to some of those things that were mentioned in news reports and some of the calls that I received. I had an opportunity to talk to the board chair on a number of occasions, and I have grown to feel that they are taking those matters very seriously. They have taken some immediate actions, and I understand that they're going to continue to make some of the moves that they're making to have been brought to the public. I'm looking forward to having a meeting with the director and getting a better, even more clear picture on some of the things that they're doing. But I am currently of the mindset that they have, that the board, because this is absolutely something that needed to be brought to the attention and awareness and action by the board, that they are absolutely engaged in this process. So I would like to say that I look forward to continue to have discussions with the leadership at the
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you so much. I'm sure they look forward to that discussion as well. Commissioner Basham?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. We're talking about art, and I noticed that somebody that's joining our meeting wrote a book about the artist that actually painted the muses in the Michigan State Capitol. And he wasn't from this country, so it seemed like there was a bias. Was 100, and probably it's been 30 some years ago. And anyway, nobody knew who it was. But this person, Reverend Dretches, was into art, was into paying attention, and found out who it was, worked with a state historian, and actually wrote a book about it. It's called, the guy that painted the muses in state capitol was Tomasio Ugolaris. And anyway, so Reverend Dretches wrote this book about Tomasio Ugolaris. And back in the day, because he was a foreigner, an Italian, they weren't going to mention his name. And he did a phenomenal job. So if you've ever been to Lansing and been to the state capitol and look at the muses in the dome of the Capitol, you can certainly appreciate the artwork of Tomasio Ugolaris, and also the book which talks about it from Reverend Dretches, who happens to be, it's interesting, at our meeting today. So thank you, Reverend Dretches.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Let me just say this. I didn't expect that, Commissioner Basham, but I do want to say these were muses conserved by the DIA, by Mr. Ackerman and a team from the DIA who distributed, they'd been attributed to a Michigan artist for almost 100 years. It was Mr. Ackerman who said these were not the work of this particular Michigan artist, but by an artist unknown. And that's really where I stepped in. So the DIA was critical in not only conserving those muses when the Capitol was being restored, but also in ultimately facilitating justice to this artist who was then unknown.
Thank you for that history. There's so much great work that the DIA does, and this is just an example of that. So thank you for that bit of art history. Thank you, Salvador, and your entire team. We look forward to getting our report from you next year, and hopefully by that time you would have been able to open up for our children to come in more, and our senior citizens and more of our residents of Wayne County to enjoy all the great programming and exhibits that the DIA has. So thank you all. We look forward to a continuing relationship. And I see Jean is on the line, the chair of the board. Jean, did you want to say hello before we go on to our next item?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I'm just so proud of our partnership with Wayne County, and we'll endorse what you just said. We can't wait to invite and greet the members of the commission and children, senior citizens from Wayne County back to a museum that will be fully open very soon. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Jean. And of course, we have to recognize Commissioner Tim Killeen, who is on the Wayne County Arts Council, and thank him for his work that he does representing the county commission and the county as a whole on that council. So thank you all. We look forward to getting back at the DIA.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you for your presentation. And if possible, maybe we can have a copy of that and we can share it with all of the commissioners. So if you can email that, that'll be great.
We will.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Next item, please.
We're on item number 4, a resolution by Commissioner Bell authorizing the Wayne County Commission and county boards, commissions, and councils, being local public bodies, to continue meeting electronically by telephonic or video conferencing on or after June 30th, 2021 through September 7th, 2021.
Commissioner, Madam Chair, Commissioner Tim, I move approval.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there support?
I'll support. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, moved and supported. Let me just say this. I spent many days going back and forth on what the direction of this body should be with our virtual meetings. Looked at the pros and the cons both ways, because as you recall, July 1st is the day from our original resolution, we were to reconvene in person. However, after going back and forth, looking at the data, talking to my colleagues, and then realizing that over the summer, as most of you know, is when we have our budget meetings, and we have so many people, our elected officials, our department heads, their staff. We have many people that come in person to meet during the summertime. I thought it was prudent and as an abundance of caution that we continue to have our meetings virtually, especially throughout the budget season, and come back on September 7th, which is the Tuesday after Labor Day, and the budget will be over. We would have had all of those meetings virtually as we successfully did last summer. And this is one of the reasons why I thought it prudent, and again, out of an abundance of caution, that we continue our meetings virtually through September 7th. And I hope that you support this. And I know, again, there's a lot of discussion and feelings and opinions on this, but I think it would just be for the safety of all of us. And for the participation of our public, which we've had just great participation from the public during these meetings over the last few months, that we continue with this until September 7th. At this time, we have a motion and support discussion. I see Commissioner Basham's hand. Commissioner Basham.
Well, it's interesting, your last point. People can still, if you have the meetings in person, they can still Zoom in and watch them if they're not comfortable. I've had my shot since actually February. Most people and most of the commissioners have, I'm thinking all the commissioners have had the shots. I talked to state legislators yesterday, as a matter of fact, and they're meeting in person in the state capitol. We're a public body. We're not a private company. And we have an obligation for people to come if they want to, if they've had their shots. And I'm suggesting that they use safety precautions. If they haven't had their shots, they should wear a mask. There should be hand washing, social distancing, all that sort of stuff. But quite frankly, local governments, state governments, federal governments, they're all in, and also some county governments are meeting in person. So I have no reason to believe that this county, the largest county in Wayne County, can't, if you want more participation and they're not comfortable, then why don't we allow them to Zoom, have their, they don't have to be in person, but when you have those meetings, allow them to Zoom on the meetings. But quite frankly, it's time to start getting back to doing business as best we can and allow the public to show up and be present, not just virtually, but quite frankly, in person, because you don't get the interaction with people. You don't get the body language. You don't get the back and forth. And quite frankly, sometimes I miss seeing some of my colleagues. So I will be voting no on this. I don't know if you guys are going to do that, but I'll be voting no on this item. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Killeen, see your hand. You're on mute, sir.
Yeah, I know. I'm going for it. Thank you very much. Unmute, and then a couple of questions on this, Madam Chair. Since the seat of Wayne County government is in the city of Detroit, doesn't city of Detroit health orders apply to what we do in this building?
As far as masking or temperature, what?
Any provision. Aren't we governed by the health orders from the Detroit health officer, since we are in the city of Detroit?
I'm going to allow our counsel to answer that question because I'm still not clear on what you're asking. Counsel?
Good morning, through the chair. So this proposed action is not based on the health order from the city of Detroit or the health order from Wayne County. This action is being taken pursuant to the statute, which authorizes local governing bodies such as the commission to declare the emergency and to extend the dates for electronic meetings. So this action before you today is not based on a health order. It is actually based on the authority that this body derives from the statute itself.
But it cannot be in conflict with the city of Detroit health order?
I'm not sure what you mean by in conflict with the city of Detroit health order. The city of Detroit health officer is also authorized by law to declare. We're probably talking two different statutes.
Okay.
If you think there's a conflict, we can look into that, but I don't see how this would be problematic at this moment, but we can definitely look into it.
Okay, thank you. Because that was one thing that wasn't clear to me. The other thing is, what is the current state of the health order for Wayne County?
And I know that, but I'm going to allow someone from the administration to speak. I don't know if Janelle Allen is on the line or Andrew Candrides. What I know is that there was an order issued to allow virtual meetings to go through December 31st. However, they are looking to amend that to go to September 7th. And I don't know if that's been, if the amended version has been republished.
This is Melita Jordan. The amended order has not been published as of yet. We are still actually in the process of discussing that, and we have a meeting scheduled for later this afternoon. We did speak just 2 days ago, and we are in the process of coming to some agreement around that. But we initially did put out until the 31st, and then there's was some concerns around that. And so we are going back now, trying to make sure that we do look at what the state is saying, as well as we did reach out also to Detroit and other local jurisdictions. And so we will be able to come out with something very shortly.
Okay.
Thank you, Director.
You're quite welcome.
And I think, Madam Chair, I think this is premature. I think we should wait a little bit and see what that revised order is. I believe the current proposal does reference December 31st, which we know is not going to be. And of course, the governor has been dropping hints that state orders that were going to take effect July 1 might take effect prior to that. Just hinting at that right now. So I think this is a little premature, and you know, this is an 11-week period that we are designating. As I suggested to you, Madam Chair, I'm much more comfortable on a month-by-month basis to do it for 30 days. But as this proposal stands right now, I'm going to be a no vote. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Excuse me. Commissioner Basham mentioned getting back to doing business the best we can. And, you know, I think that during the pandemic, we, you know, obviously it was a horrible thing. It was a terrible time. But we were forced to make changes and create innovations to adapt to that horrible time. And I think that one of the good things that came out of that was meeting virtually. I think that it increases the accessibility to our constituents who might not be able to attend our meetings when we meet in person in downtown Detroit. And it makes it easier for commissioners and for staff and members of the administration to attend meetings. I don't really see any disadvantages to meeting virtually like we have been doing for the past year and a half. I think this is, you know, the health and safety reasons for meeting virtually aside, I think this is just a great opportunity to look at conducting our work in a different manner going forward. Remote work is still work, and that's why I will be supporting this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My concern has always been more public input, more public involvement, and the ability and the access to commission meetings. I raised this question when I first became a commissioner, that we needed to have our meetings per the charter in various communities throughout Wayne County. And so we did hold a meeting, was that last year or the year before? The year before in my district. And I thought that allowed others in the public to attend our meetings. And so in saying that, I will support this resolution because I do believe that more public involvement has occurred because of the easy access to just Zoom in or call in to the meetings. And it may be the way in which we should look at our future meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Baydun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Listening to my colleagues, I guess I would be in support of this resolution, but I would also consider something like for 30 days and monitor it for 30 days and see what happens on a 30-day basis, like Commissioner Colleen. It's just a thought, but I like the increased participation by the public with the Zoom options. And I also now think about how many people can you fit in that chamber. If we have in person, are we still going to maintain the 6 feet distance? Do we have enough room if we have 100 people coming in for a given agenda item? I'm just thinking about all these items, and I don't know. So July 1st, it sounds like the governor is going to probably drop the mask mandate, and I don't know if we're still going to maintain 6 foot distance or not. And just don't forget, a lot of people have not been vaccinated. Some people are refusing to take the vaccine. The other question that I have, Madam Chair, if we go back in person, have we looked at the option of allowing the public to continue to Zoom in? What are the technical challenges to have that if we're sitting in the chamber and we want the public to interact with us via Zoom? Is that an option? Have we looked at that?
I was going to address that at the end after all the comments. Do you mind if I do that after all the commissioners speak?
Of course, of course.
Okay. All right, thank you. I do have the answer to that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to voice my opinion that the number one reason I'm going to be voting for this is because of what Commissioner Bell mentioned, and that's the Ways and Means Committee. Everyone that's on that committee knows we meet several times a week during those periods. And like Chair Bell said, there's a lot of people that come to those meetings. And I think that's the most compelling argument for this right now. By the first week of September, we should be ready to wrap up the Ways and Means in the budget. So I think that's perfect timing to go back because of all the people that are involved in the budget process. So I just wanted to offer that suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let me also add that, again, this was not a decision that I took lightly. I weighed the pros and cons back and forth. Talked to Mark Abbo with our budget director about when the season for Ways and Means and the budget can be wrapped up. He assured me that the majority of the meetings are going to be in August. And as Commissioner Marecki just stated, you're talking, 3 or 4 meetings a week with lots of people. And again, that was the compelling argument that brought me to this point. The resolution does say shall. I'm sorry, it does not say shall, it says may. So we're not, bound to that. To your point about looking at it every 30 days, certainly we'll look at it every 30 days because it says you may go up to September 7th. But with the bulk of the meetings with Ways and Means happening in August, I think that September 7th date will probably be the best date. I'm sorry, I didn't see Commissioner Hayes had his hand up. Commissioner Hayes?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I really agree with you, and we have to watch to see if we need to readjust the date. We have the power to do that. Right. That's why I'm going to support this resolution with keep in mind if the state issue a different order or the city of Detroit or the county, we have the ability to make a motion to readjust it from September 7th to August to whatever we need. But at the present time, we need to adjust ourselves and our staff. At least we know we have it till September 7th, and unless there's something we believe we need to change. So I don't think there's any harm done by approving this resolution today.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. And just as a FYI, the latest numbers for the city of Detroit, they had a vaccination rate of 35% of the residents in Detroit have been vaccinated. 35%, so 65% have not. And as you know, our meeting is in Detroit, the Guardian Building. Tim Johnson, could you please speak to the efforts to outfit our chambers to have video conferencing and Zoom? We've been working on that for a minute, and we should be ready to resume and have some form of that soon in September, if we come back in September. Tim Johnson?
Yeah, through the chair, we've been working with Blue Water. They've been doing the technical fixes that we need to have the Zoom capability in the chambers. They're waiting for a connector, a converter that will allow them to finish the job. So I think we're a week or two away. They had a special order this one part, but all their other technical work has been concluded. So we should be ready to go within 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Palomero.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Well, I guess that latest little insight begs the question, what does that mean? Does that mean that if we're meeting in person, that members can Zoom in and participate? Does that mean that the public can and comment during public comment? What exactly does Zoom participation, wiring, and technology mean? And I'm not expecting an answer right at this time, but I just think there needs to be a little clarity of what that entails sometime over the course of the next month.
Thank you, Commissioner, and we'll get that clarity to everyone as soon as we determine what that is. And I would put another tidbit out there that when we go back to meeting in person, that the chances are we will be having our committee meetings in the chambers, because that's a larger space than the committee room on 7, because I think we still have to proceed with an abundance of caution and put in the 6 feet where necessary. Downstairs in the chambers, you all know that we still have partitions between each commissioner's seat, which will remain, and we spread out the benches. So we're outfitting the chambers so that it is as safe as possible. But I think it would be prudent to have our committee members, our committee meetings down there as well until we are in a better space with this pandemic. Any additional questions? I'm sorry, Felicia, council would like to respond to your question, Commissioner Palomero.
Thank you.
Through the chair, Commissioner, so the Open Meetings Act applies to the commission itself, so the members of the commission. So at the point that it's determined that the body will go back, all members will have to be present in order to participate. However, the Zoom access could be available for members of the public and for departments.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion on this item? I think this merits a roll call vote. So roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Anderson?
No.
Commissioner Basham?
No.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman?
Yes.
Commissioner Daub?
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis?
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen?
No.
Commissioner Kinlock?
Yes.
Commissioner Kniezek?
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you so much, and we will certainly continue to monitor the situation. Thank you. Next item, please.
We're moving to reports from committees. We are on Report A from the Committee on Economic Development. There are 2 items listed on pages 2 and 3 of the agenda.
Commissioner Hados.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to receive and file item 1 and approve item 2.
Support
Okay.
Anderson.
Moved and supported. Any discussion on the Economic Development Report?
Yes.
Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On item number 2, could someone please explain what delegated authority means in this item?
Council, you want to take that one?
Through the chair, I believe this is one of the HUD items. So Commissioner, as you know, each year we get an action plan with regards to HUD funding. And we have several types of HUD funding. One type is the home, one type is the CDBG. And historically, this body has delegated authority for CDBG agreements to the administration so that those 30 or 40 agreements don't have to come back before the commission. And part of the reason that's delegated is to, one, keep the process flowing, and also because of the amount of information that's received. So you'll know the community, the project, and roughly the amount. So historically, this is just consistent with the delegated authority that has happened historically with regards to the HUD funding.
So it's not, if I may, it's not adding any kind of additional delegated authority so that the role of the commission is less, correct?
No, it's simply because this is new items added to the plan. It's simply just delegating authority for the items under this particular contract, which again is consistent with what this body has done with the plan over the last several years.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Killeen?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. The commission has been certainly concerned over the years about the state of the county homeless shelter out in Western Wayne. I see here we have an agreement with Wayne Metro to establish a homeless center in River Rouge. Can somebody give me the lowdown on that? How many? Who's eligible to go there? How is this going to be? Yeah.
Someone from the administration, and then we also do have a management from Wayne Metro here as well, but from the administration?
Terry Carroll, Commissioner from Community Development. The establishment of a shelter in River Rouge is in addition to the Wayne County Family Center. There is money, however, in here for some fixes at the existing Wayne County Family Center, going to Samaritas, who operates that center. Yeah. But in direct answer to your question, the center in the homeless center in River Rouge will be available to everyone, whereas the Wayne County Family Center in Westland is available only to families.
And how many beds are we adding, Terry?
I believe it's 24. I think we have 25. We have Louis Fisker, who is the CEO of Wayne Metropolitan, on the Zoom meeting with us. Maybe he can fill us in.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Fitzer, would you like to add some details to that plan, please?
Sure. Thanks, Commissioner Bell, and and thanks for your question, Commissioner Killeen. Yes, it's 25 at a maximum of 25 in this particular facility. And this facility is Wayne Metro will continue the partnership that we've had for a number of years with ChristNet. Usually ChristNet in the Downriver area provides homeless services through a rotational shelter through participating churches through the fall and winter shelter season. You know, with the pandemic, that whole model really needs to change, and we need a permanent site. So the partnership with ChristNet and Wayne Metro will continue. It will just not be a rotational shelter. It will be a single place shelter that will house 25 residents in the city of River Rouge. And again, this is a rapid rehousing model. So once we have clients in the shelter, we are working very hard and diligently to get them housed in some sort of transitional housing throughout the county. And then also through this facility, there'll be multiple wraparound supports for clients that enter. And Reverend Drutchess is also on the call with me today. I don't know if Reverend Drutchess wanted to add anything to my comments.
This continues the kinds of services that ChristNet has been providing for 30 years on a rotational model basis, with about 55 churches from Western Wayne County lending support. This follows a model also used in Macomb and Oakland counties. COVID has impacted churches immensely, and the capacity of churches to host is really in question. Not that churches won't continue to support, but this shelter provides more stability to services to homeless men and women. So this is a housing program, emergency housing, that's been in existence for 30 years, 3 decades, and most of those years in direct partnership with Wayne Metro in various ways.
Okay. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I see questions from commissioners. Commissioner Anderson, then Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to remove my name, I guess, as the co-sponsor. After looking at number 2 closer, I've been concerned about delegated authority, and I'd like to, I'll be a no vote on number 2. That's all.
Commissioner Basham?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Relative to the comments from Wayne Metro and from ChristNet, I try to be proactive in my district, and we have a number downriver of folks that are sleeping in tents on private properties. One that I know is sleeping under a bridge on a main thoroughfare. We have a waiting list. I'm told a significant waiting list at ChristNet. I think the Wayne County Commission and the Wayne County Administration, quite frankly, needs to look in the mirror, because quite frankly, I don't think we're doing our jobs. I think we could do better. When people are on a waiting list, people with mental health, people with subabuse, I mean, those are people on the streets are out there for a reason. They're not making good common sense things, and they need our help. Now, if you break an arm, it's okay. They'll help you to take you to the hospital and they'll put a cast on it. But if you have drug overdoses or some mental health or whatever issues, we just sort of like ignore them. And that should not be the norm. When you see people sleeping on the streets, then society, and I don't want to take on one individual, quite frankly, we could do more. Now, it's not going to be a perfect world, but quite frankly, I think we need to step up a tad.
Thank you, Commissioner. You're kind of segueing into a topic that we're going to have at our next committee of the whole. Some work that Judge Kinney, Judge Burton, and myself have been working on for the last 2 years to that point. But though your comments are very well taken. Any additional questions from commissioners? Okay, hearing none, we will do
Madam Chair.
I'm sorry, yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson, did he withdraw his support of the motion?
Yes, I did. I would,
okay.
The chair might want to get a second.
A second, okay. Is there a second for the economic development? Who was that?
Vargas supports it.
Okay, so it's been moved and supported by Commissioner Varga. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson?
Yes on 1, no on 2.
Duly noted. Commissioner Basham?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman?
Yes.
Commissioner Dahl?
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis?
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga, Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell.
Yes.
Motion carries, and I have Commissioner Anderson as a no on item 2.
All right, thank you. Next item, please.
We're moving to report B from the Committee on Public Services. There are 14 items listed on pages 3 through 7 of the agenda.
Commissioner Morecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move to receive and file number 1 and move approval for items 2 through 14. And Commissioner Palomero would like to be the maker of the motion on item 9.
Support.
Okay, it's been moved and supported. Any discussion on the items on the Public Services Report?
I think, Madam the Chair, I like to be the motion maker, and I don't know if it's item 5 on the project between Ecorse and Van Born. It's on
Yes.
Number
Number
5?
5. Yep.
Number 5.
Okay.
Yep.
Clerk will note. Commissioner Basham?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I noticed item number 3 is retroactive, but I understand why. We did our research on that. And anyway, I'm okay with the rest of it. So thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions, comments on the Public Services Report? Commissioner Anderson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to note that looks like almost all the contracts for vehicles are from Wayne County locations, dealerships. And I'd just like to commend someone in purchasing, I guess, to that they're hopefully going to continue moving in that direction.
Yes, you made that point clear last meeting. I guess they listened. So,
Sure.
Commissioner, Mr. Andreevas.
I'm not the specialist in procurement. I think Aaron Wagner is on this line, but I just kind of want to say that it doesn't work that way. As far as I know, I don't want anybody getting any ideas that we're not complying with all aspects of law and our agreement to use my deal in the way it's provided.
Thank you, Mr. Andreevas. Hearing no other comments or questions, roll call vote on the Public Services Report.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
How's this
Yes.
picture up?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
He's over
Vice
at
Chair
that
Pro Tem Baydoun,
SEIU.
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera, Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell.
Yes.
Motion carries, and I have Commissioner Palomera as the maker of the motion on item 9 and Commissioner Hattis, maker of the motion item 5.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
We're moving to report C from the Committee on Health and Human Services. There are 3 items listed.
Okay, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move up to receive and file item number 1 and move approval item numbers 2 and 3.
Support.
Been moved and supported. The Health and Human Services Report. Are there any questions? Any questions, comments on the Health and Human Services Report? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Then to abstain on number 2 and yes on the rest.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell.
Yes.
Motion carries, and I have Commissioner Knizik as an abstention on number 2.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We are on report D from the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. There are 2 items listed on pages 8 and 9 of the agenda.
Commissioner Clark Coleman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move approval of items 1 and 2. Item 1 is a project from the Innocent Project from our dear prosecutor. And number 2 is a Homeland Security issue. So I move approval on items 1 and 2.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions, comments on the public safety report? I'm glad to see that for the Innocence Project. Very good. Okay.
Me too.
Yes, that's great. Great. They do great work. Hearing none, roll call vote on the public safety report.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Haydus,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Next item.
We are on report E from the Committee on Government Operations. There are 3 items listed on pages 9 and 10 of the agenda.
Okay, Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move item number 1 for receive and file, and item number 2 and 3 for approval.
Support. I'm sorry.
And then I don't know if Mr. Morrow is with us today, but if he is, I'd like to invite him to speak a little bit about himself for his approval, his appointment to the Zoological Authority Board.
Is Mr. Mario Morrow still on the phone? He was here earlier. He may have had to leave. I'm looking. Okay. Okay, well, all right. All right, well, he's no longer with us.
Madam Chair, I don't see him.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, that's fine.
He appeared
he's,
before the committee, but
yes. He is replacing Dawn Cotton on the Wayne County Zoological Board. That's the county executive's recommendation for that position. Any questions on the Government Operations Committee? Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll be consistent. I voted no on a retroactive contract number 2 in committee, so I will be a no vote on number 2.
Thank
Yes,
you, Commissioner. Any other comments, questions on the Government Operations Report? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes on 1, no on 2.
duly noted. Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Haddis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell.
Yes.
Motion carries, and we have Commissioner Basham as a no on item 2.
All right, thank you. Next item.
We're on upcoming committee and task force meetings.
Okay, please note the upcoming meetings. If you have any changes or you need to postpone your meeting, please let the clerk know. I see 2 hands. Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll be postponing Committee on Audit, which was normally scheduled for June 23.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Killeen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Want to call members' attention to the very bottom of the list, the Special Committee on Behavioral Health. We're going to have our initial meeting of that special committee, and we're going to maintain that spot following Veterans and Seniors Affairs. They're meeting at 1. There was a little confusion as to whether we would go at 2 or 2:30, but not wanting to squeeze the Senior Citizen and Veterans Affairs Committee, we gave a little extra padding for 2:30. So next Wednesday is our first meeting. We're going to be inviting in the executive director of the Michigan Association of Community Mental Health Boards, along with the interim CEO at the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network, our mental health authority, as it were. There's been an effort for the last 6 years or so in Lansing to privatize mental health care in this state. We have a public mental health care system. And so we're going to be inviting those individuals in to discuss what is going on up in Lansing and what the effects are going to be here locally with our mental health system, should that statewide, but also locally, should those bills go through and the governor sign them up in Lansing. So that'll be our first meeting. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next item.
Public comments.
Okay, if you can place everyone off of mute. If there's anyone on the line, on Zoom or on the telephone who would like to give public comments, you may do so at this time. Anyone for public comments?
If I may, Madam Chair.
Absolutely. Name for the record, please.
This is President Buffington of Local Ask Me 1659. This is not a rhetorical question. I'm just going to indicate that the members of 1659, the non-supervisory over the departments of Registered Deeds, Treasurer's Department, Sheriff's Department, Wayne County Clerk, and 400 Monroe Veterans Services, and portions of management budget and portions of personnel, my members are still awaiting to find out if they're going to receive anything or any communications in regards to the rescue money. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, President Buffington. And we do not go back and forth during public comments. However, I must say that I had a very rigorous conversation yesterday with the administration. I am committed to making that happen, as are they. There are a few details that they're working on, but the communication will go out to you all, not as soon as I wanted to, but we are working on it, and I can speak for myself. I am advocating heavily for that to be done sooner than later. So please, thank you for your patience or your members, but we will have a resolve to this in a very near future if I have anything to say about it. So thank you so much for your comments. And again, I went out of line because we don't go back and forth during public comments, but I had to let you know that. Mr. Harold, Richie Harold?
Yes, Madam Chair, if I may, and thank you for the opportunity to all of you. I'm Richie Harrison. I'm with the Michigan State University Extension. I co-direct a program called the Great Lakes Leadership Academy. We're currently recruiting for our leadership program, and I just wanted to share that. I was asked by our director, Richard Wooten, to share. Certainly, we are very, very appreciative of the support that we receive from the commission and the work that we do from Wayne County. Leadership is important. I heard some comments earlier in reflection of the importance of leadership, and that's exactly what we hope to provide to our folks. And so that, and I appreciate the opportunity to share. If I may, I can share our website. It's glla.msu.edu, and I just want to encourage folks to think about the programs that we provide to leaders throughout the state on the importance of coming together and getting good work done for our communities.
If possible, could you share something written with our clerk so she can disperse to our commissioners? That would be very helpful.
I would absolutely love to share that. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Anyone else in public comments, either on Zoom or on the telephone? Any more public comments? Additional public comments. Okay, Madam Clerk, do you have any emails that you
No
received?
emails were received.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. Next item, please.
We are moving to page 11 of the agenda, new business. There is one item listed requesting commission approval of the appointment of Melita Jordan to the Health Choice of Michigan Board of Trustees.
Is there a motion? It's moved. Is there support?
Support.
Thank you.
Support.
Moved and supported to have Ms. Melita Jordan join us on the Health Choice Board. For those of you who do not know, the Health Choice bylaws specifically state which positions are to be on that board, and the director of the Health and Wellness Department is an automatic seat on that board. Mr. Dave, I can't call his last name, sorry. Thank you, did retire, and now the new hire of Director Jordan. So I appreciate this being before us. We have a motion, and I'd like to entertain a roll call vote for this action, please.
Support.
I'm sorry, someone said had a question.
Okay, I'll make a motion. Or you making the motion, I'll support it. Scott.
It's been made.
Done.
You have a motion and support.
It's already been made.
We have a motion of support. This is our vote for this. Ms. Jordan, most of us have met you, but if you just want to say hello again, and we will get you up to speed on the great work that Health Choice does. I'm sure you've already done your homework and are anxiously awaiting to join us.
Thank you very much. I have been meeting with Christopher Johnson, who reports to me, and yes, I have read the reports and continue to meet with him in terms of the work that's being done and some of the recommendations that have been made thus far. And if approved, then I will be attending the meetings and hopefully participating with you in terms of moving this forward.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Madam Director. All right, roll call vote on this item, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dodd,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlack,
Aye.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Landslide.
Thank you. Congratulations, Director Jordan.
Again, thank you very much.
Next item, please.
Testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation. There are none listed. We are moving to memoriams. There are 2 names listed.
Okay, 2 names by Commissioner Kinlock. Would you like to speak to either one of those, Commissioner Kinlock?
Yes, thank you. I would like to say that a resolution was presented to the family of Dr. Larry Reed, who passed on May 27th. Dr. Larry Reed is was a lifelong resident in the city of Detroit, matriculated through the Detroit Public Schools, and attended, graduating from University of Detroit in 1971, and graduating from medical school in 1975, and completing his residency in the city of Detroit. He was a member of the AMA. He was also a member of various groups here in the city of Detroit. He was one of the original organizers of Wall Street Inc., which opened doors to exclusive clubs in and around Detroit for African American people. He was dedicated to his family and just an amazing person who contributed so much to organizations, neighborhood groups, and he did everything he could to spread resources with smaller organizations. My thoughts and my prayers go out to this family. I was able to take one of the family members to dinner who was in town the other day, I've known them for a number of years. And so let's continue to keep that family in our prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And we also have here by Commissioner Colleen. Would you like to give a word about Frank Shannon?
Madam Chair, I have nothing to add for today's purpose.
Thank you, sir.
We got it to the family.
Thank you. And unfortunately, our Senator Gary Peters lost his mother on yesterday. We want to keep the Peters family in our prayers in the loss of his mother. At this time, are there any additional names to add?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Baker McCormick?
Thank you. I'd like to add Jayton Giovanni McMath. He passed away tragically because of someone racing through the streets of Detroit. He passed away June 9th. He was only 4 years old. A good friend of my daughter's. It was her son, and he was just just a full of life, a little boy that lost his life too early, and we're going to miss him. Thank you.
So sorry for the loss, Commissioner. Thank you for sharing that. Any additional names to add? Okay, hearing none, if we could please take a moment of silence for those that we've lost. Thank you all. Next item, please.
Reconsiderations,
There are none.
remarks by members.
And let me just, I'm going to ask that the first remark by member be given to our Commissioner Martha G. Scott. The Senate, the United States Senate passed a bill making June 19th a national holiday. They followed suit of the great state of Michigan under the leadership of Commissioner Scott. Her Senate Bill 384 that made it a state holiday 15 years ago, Commissioner? If you could speak to that, because it is a wonderful thing for our country. Commissioner Scott?
Well, thank you so much, Madam Chair. Yes, this is just a delight. Governor Granholm signed this into law, and she chose the third Saturday in June. And just so happens the third Saturday in June is the 19th. So we're going to be doing some celebrations all over. And as you just mentioned, I know that our president will sign this national bill. As I told folks, it started in the Senate, so I know that it was going to happen. So I'm just grateful for that, and for the Congresswoman who continued this. You know, nothing happens overnight. And so she really stood forward, and it was just a delight to hear her remarks today, that she was so excited. And I'm excited because we were able to do this in the Senate, like you said, about 15 years ago. And a number of our colleagues that is on the commission now signed off on that bill in the Senate. And so it is just a delight. And there is activities going all over the state. It's because so many more people are catching on to it, that it is a holiday, but it's not a paid holiday. But we are grateful in Highland Park. Some of my council people are having a resource table and things, and the county is coming out. Our illustrious Director Taylor will be here. We will be trying to get more people to get vaccinated. The percentage is very low. I'm told that in Blacks, it's only 8% in the state. And so this is something that we really want to do because of what has happened to us over the years. And if we're not careful, we'll be back there again. So many things that's happening at the federal government's level now. So this really is so important to me and should be to others also. So I ask everybody to celebrate Saturday because it is a wonderful day when the slaves finally found out in Galveston, Texas, that they were freed. So what they did, they went into the master's house and got this clothing and the food and this and just celebrated. So that's what I want everybody to do on Saturday, celebrate. We have to celebrate ourselves because we have come a long ways and have been through many struggles. So I thank all of my foreparents and all of them for all that they have endured. And we're learning more and more about our history. And so I am just hopeful that we will continue to do that. I know there's a lot that's trying to stop what's going on, but I want to thank all of those who have the fortitude to keep moving forward because this is our day and I am grateful. So thank you for allowing me this opportunity. And I
Absolutely.
thank Governor Granholm for signing that bill some time ago. So we are just grateful and we know that our president is going to sign off. So it is all over the country now. And hopefully the other bills that they're trying to pass out so that we will be able to keep our democracy. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
stop
you.
preaching
Thank you.
now. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Scott. We appreciate that and all your leadership on this. And a special note, I think Wayne County is also a leader in this because we are offering a paid holiday for our employees on tomorrow to recognize June 19th. So it is a paid holiday for Wayne County residents. So I'm glad that we're on the forefront of making things happen here in Wayne County. So thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, thank you.
Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to echo Commissioner Scott's sentiment and thank her for her leadership in Juneteenth. I've been celebrating it for many, many years. Some people call it a lot of different things throughout the United States, but now it's the official 12th official federal holiday. It will be when our president signs off, and we know he will. And throughout the country, they call it Jubilee Day, Independence Day, Emancipation Day, Liberation Day, Freedom Day. So it's just wonderful. And I'm just so excited. I will be celebrating it. And one of the things that I want to do in my district is registration, voter registration on that day. That's what we'll be doing. So I want to thank you again for that, Commissioner Scott, for your leadership. We thank you. We thank you. And then secondly, I want to also remind everyone that on July 14th, 4:30 to 8 o'clock on Belle Isle, we will pay a tribute and remembrance concert for all of the lives that were lost to COVID. And we want to thank the frontline workers for all that they sacrificed on July 14th. Belle Isle will have a concert. We're going to feature Lachelle Renee. She was the pop star winner for the Oprah's challenge. And so she will be our featured entertainment along with a couple other local acts. So I hope you'll put it on your calendar. July 14th, starts at 4:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you for that. Vice Chair Palomera.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also want to congratulate Martha G. and the many other long and strong advocates who have been long in support of Juneteenth as a state and federal holiday. I personally know a number of people with Wayne County Commission affiliations, both past and present, who will be celebrating Saturday on the golf course. And I wish them well as a team and wish I could join them, but I will not be able to. And lastly, 50 years ago today, on Thursday, June 17th, 1971, on the football field at Roosevelt High School in Wyandotte, a number of people that I know very well graduated that day. So to all my classmates who were with me 50 years ago today at the football field on Roosevelt, happy golden anniversary.
Oh, 50 years, Commissioner, you don't mean
Do you believe
5
it?
years, right? You mean 5
No.
years, not 50 years.
Oh, I can't believe it. I don't know where the time has gone. Thank
Where
you.
does the time go? Thank you, and congratulations to your classmates on 50 years graduation. I wish I would be able to say that when my 50th comes along. Commissioner Scott, you have your hand up?
Yes, I thank you for allowing me another opportunity. We also have a business in Highland Park called the Red Hots. It's their 100th birthday party, June 26, 2021, from 11 to 4 at 12 Victor Street. This is a family-owned business that's been in business for 100 years, but they're closing up their business in Highland Park. And so I invite everyone to come. You can get 10 conies for $10 with chips and popping water, 25 conies with chip and popping hot water, cold water, I'm sorry, commemorative t-shirt, and just a t-shirt for $20. It is just fantastic. They have the best chili in the world. They will continue their chili after this because one of the daughters now is opening up that in Southfield. But we will be closing up Highland Park, but they have just been the best. So come by and join us on June 26th. And I will be doing a resolution, and hopefully all of you all will sign off on that.
Fantastic. Thank you. I have to come get some of their chili. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Commissioner Varga.
Thank you. Hey, Joey, I did not realize we were neighbors way back then, here in High, 1970. I graduated the same year. Wow.
Time flies.
Time goes by.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Martha, thank you very much for all of your leadership and all who worked on this prior to. I'm really proud of all of our Wayne County former commissioners, former legislators who worked on this so tirelessly for so long. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also want to applaud and thank my colleague Commissioner Scott for her leadership. And I fully support everything that you're doing, Commissioner Scott. Also, it's my 40th anniversary for the class reunion of 1981. I was 10 years old when I graduated. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Baydoun.
Thank you, Commissioner. Well, we were able to pack a lot into our commission meeting today. A lot of great things were discussed, and hearing no other remarks from members, making sure I don't see any more remarks by members. All right, I do not. Everyone have a fantastic June 19th celebration. Please remember why we're celebrating and celebrate that fact, but always remember. And then we will look forward to seeing everyone next week.
Madam
Is there a
Chair.
motion to adjourn? Oh, I hear someone said, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, real quick, I just want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
yes. Happy Father's Day. Oh, my
That
goodness.
too, right? And happy
Yes.
Happy Father's Day to all of our dynamic fathers on the line and in the audience and commissioners. Happy Father's Day as well.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Commissioner. Anderson.
I just wanted to remind members of the Criminal Justice Complex Special Committee that we're meeting immediately following this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
So
moved,
moved.
Madam Chair.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Cindy?